Hello darlings, my name is Stephen Davies and I'm the knob by the hob. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is a chicken and lentil stew. It's like a one pot, quick, healthy meal. What I tend to do as well is the way Adam and I sometimes eat, we double up on the food. So we make enough, so we've got a meal each, 4 portions, rather than just doing one meal, we'll double it up. So we got enough for lunch the next day or dinner the next day, and it's quite a healthy option. So the ingredients for this are, now I use really good butchers, as you know, and these are Fosse Meadow chickens, and it's chicken breast, and they're really, really good. Again, unfortunately, I think it's about £5 breast. Again, you can buy online and they can do deliveries, but they're really, really good. The chickens are running around free and they're fed in a lovely way, and it's very nice. And Fosse Meadows is actually near Coventry, the farm. It's not that far from here. So I use those. There's 3 breasts in there that I've chopped up. I use these lentils from Waitrose. The puny lentil, French and green lentils, simply cooked, already done for you. So I'm going to soak them and leave them overnight and whatever. And they're full of protein. And I use this, I don't add any more, sometimes you can add something, you put rice or put it with potatoes if you want to, but I don't, I actually just have it like this. Tomato puree, white wine vinegar, running out of that. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to use some of the chicken bone broth. Then in here are tomatoes, red onions, red peppers and yellow peppers. And I'm also going to put a bit of celery in as well, because that always adds quite a nice flavour to a stew or a stock, or even to a soup. I'm also going to put spinach in with this dish as well, because as I said to you, I'm trying to get more variety into my meals, and spinach is really good and healthy for you. And you can, I can literally put the whole packet of that in. It reduces down quite easily, and you've got a nice source of green in there with it as well. And finally, a little bit of garlic and a little bit of oregano. Okay, so I'm using again one of my Le Creuset pans to cook everything in, and I'll leave this on the hob to cook. So first of all, I'll just put in the chicken, and I'll add a little bit of the white wine vinegar to that. And I'll cook that off for just a minute or 2. So yeah, so I'll just cook that off a little bit. While I'm cooking the chicken off, what I will add to that, while it's being just cooked off a little bit, is a little bit of garlic salt, not too much. A little sprinkling of onion granules. All these you can get from the supermarket. And a little bit of garlic granules. And then cook the chicken off just a little bit, just so it's kind of sealed. And then I'll just add more or less everything else. So the onions, peppers and tomatoes go in. Celery goes in. Garlic. The oregano. The chicken stock. Depends how many breasts you put in here, but you could put in at least 250, if not the whole 500 mils of that. It is going to cook down, and also the lentils tend to absorb quite a bit of moisture. And then finally, again, depends how big you want the pot to be, how many meals you want to stretch it. I'm only sticking one of these bags in today, which is probably enough for a portion each. If it's going to be for 2 meals, then obviously stick 2 bags in. And finally, just a little bit of tomato puree. You don't have to put this, and I don't often use tomato puree, because sometimes I think, well, it's a concentrate, so it's not necessarily the best thing for you. Sometimes I put a sugar in it as well. But I'll add a teaspoonful of that to that. Okay, and then next I'm going to add the spinach. As I said, it looks like there's a lot of spinach going in. I'm going to put the whole bag in, but let it cook down. It quite quickly sort of like more or less disappears. You can put that in even sort of like towards the end if you wanted to as well. So if it's been on for about 20 minutes, just put it in the last 5 minutes. Some people like the spinach to be not so cooked, so you could put it in like this now, mix it through, and serve it like that with the leaves still quite, al dente, that's it. Because some people would prefer it like that, and it actually does look lovely on the plate when it's done like that. Just because of ease and the fact it's more than one meal, I'll probably cook it down a little bit more. And then I'll leave that on a low heat for about 25 minutes.